Hello, hey everybody, happy Sunday crafternoon. Today is March 29th. I was going to say 25th. It's not 25th, it's the 29th. March 29th of 2026. My name is Dawn Borchett, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves everything blingy. All the papers, all the stamps, all the things. So I'm glad that you guys are here. As you jump on, find me in your newsfeed. Go ahead and say hello. If you found me by happy accident, that's great. Go ahead and say hi. And please make sure to like my page. Also, if you're wanting to keep in touch with me, if you're a paper crafter and you love all the paper things, go ahead and scan this QR code and you'll be added to my e-newsletter. It takes about 1 whole minute to do it. It's really simple, I promise. And if you see anything that you love, then you want to make sure to go ahead and go to my online store. Now, if you haven't purchased with me before, if you haven't purchased Stampin' Up! Products, make sure to go ahead and set up an account. And it's super easy, just like an Amazon account, something like that. And Stampin' Up! Keeps all the deets, and then you're ready to go. Go ahead and choose me as your primary demonstrator, and you can pick up all the fun stuff. Hey, Kristen, hello. Hi, Evelyn, hello. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining. Okay, some other things in the Stampin' Up! World and here at the chalet, or as some people call it, the chalet. I have to laugh when they do that. I'm like, no, chalet, like a chalet. Anyway, also just to let you know, a couple of other places that you're going to want to go ahead and follow me at. First of all is YouTube. Under Dawn's Creative Chalet, go ahead and add me, subscribe, and hit the bell. It will turn black, and that will give you all the notifications when I do anything with YouTube. There's a lot of really cool videos. I think we have over 300 videos there now. Holy moly. Who would have ever thought a few years back? Actually, I've been doing this more than a few years, but yeah, over 300 videos, and we have over 1,080 subscribers. Thanks you guys so much. You rock. You make my heart happy. Also, my blog. So every week when I am here live, I also put a blog post up, and it has pictures of all the projects. There's a link to the recipe card, which you will, by the way, find here after we're done. At the end of the paragraph that you see as you join, I'll be adding a recipe card, which I forgot to print. Oops. Anyway, so that'll give you can download it, and it gives you all the links to go directly to my online store to shop with me with all the products that we're using today. And also you'll find that link at the very, very bottom of the description in YouTube. So look for that. If you're looking at what did she use again today, I forgot what it was, you'll find it all in those places. I try to make it super easy for you guys to shop. Also, of course, my online store, which I already told you about, and Pinterest. Make sure to follow me there. We have a lot of things coming up here at the chalet as far as in-person events. So if you are local to me and you'd like to join us, we'd be happy to have you. So coming up next, as far as things that are available, because we have a class coming up, but you are unable to register for it because the deadline was cut off already. But anyway, Starbucks Sip and Stamp is coming up. It's a free event at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks where you make a free card. And that is going to be on April the 3rd. Gosh, that's this week, you guys. And Easter is a week from today. That just blows my mind. But anyway, Starbucks Sip and Stamp, April the 3rd, noon to 2 at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks. And I'd love to have you join us. Again, the event is free. go ahead and bring a friend or two, and then also make some new friends while you're there. That's what it's all about. And of course, make the card, and then your homework is to send it in the mail to somebody who needs a hug in an envelope. Also into April, we have the creative card class coming up on Thursday, April the 9th. And that's $30 or free with a minimum order at my online store. And then we also have a product class coming up where I moved the date because I will be out of town riding around in my side-by-side the week that we normally have class. So it's moved to April the 30th. I had to double check that. April the 30th, and it's a class called Filled with Sweetness. It is so cute, you guys, and it has the cute mason jars, the jams, jellies, all that is really cute, and all the fruits. So that is coming up. So make sure to RSVP ASAP for that. And there's a prepayment on that when you RSVP by April the 9th, and the cost on that is $45. And then we get into May, which I'm going to keep it here for a second. So if you want to go ahead, once you watch the replay, you can go ahead and stop and read what is going on here. I don't want to bombard you with you guys with too many dates at once, right? After a while, you're like, ooh, wait, slow down. Too many dates. You're getting into May already. But, you know, honestly, it's going to be here before we know it. One of the very important dates is going to be May 16th, which is on a Saturday. Please join me at Amber Township Hall in Scottville, Michigan, off of Amber Road for my big BOGO sale. This is where I sell all of my retired product, and you benefit by also getting to shop for new product with the same amount that you spend at my BOGO. It's a lot of fun. It's become a very popular event, and I think I've been doing this now for, gosh, I would say at least 15, because I've been a demonstrator a little over 15 years. So honestly, I think it's been like 14 years. So anyway, mark it on your calendar. I know I've been telling people consistently, don't forget about it because it is a lot of fun. I love to watch you guys shop. That's the best part of it. Also, for this month, we have Bundle of the Month, which is going to be all about the Extraordinary Flora bundle. It is actually a video class. So with a $75 minimum order, this is yours for free. It's a little gift from me to you. I email it to you directly from me when I see that you have placed an order with me at my online store. So once you hit the $75 mark, after you've already used any Stampin' Rewards or discounts, anything like that, and you'll go ahead and receive this directly into your inbox, like I said, from me. It is 16 projects with full color photos, measurements, and video instruction for each project. It's pretty cool. And here's just a little sampling of that, just so you can see my card. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to keep this going with the crew, but we are going to rename it. We're going to name it the Creative Card Collection, which is kind of like what I named my card class. But, you know, creative is creative, right? Anyway, so it's going to be renamed a Creative Card Class video tutorial. So just a heads up on that. So if you're wondering next month why all of a sudden the name change, it's the same dependable PDF that you guys are loving and collecting. Is just that it is going to be called something different. Paper Pumpkin. Make sure you sign up by the 10th of this month, or into April, I'm sorry, by April the 10th to receive the Lakeside Retreat Paper Pumpkin. It's going to coordinate with the Waterside Retreat Suite collection that you will soon see in the 2026 May through August mini catalog. We've done a lot of changes with Stampin' Up. We no longer have a big annual catalog, but that's going to be another story as it approaches. Excuse me, I need to get a drink of water because I still have this scratchy throat thing going on. Joy. Also, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you might want to go ahead and grab these up. They come in this cute little packaging. I love this. Aren't they adorable? Of course, you can't see them. I didn't open it up yet. But this is what they are. So if you are a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you can go ahead and do an add-on and receive them. And these dies coordinate with the 3 months of kits for April, May, June. Pretty cool. That's the item number for it. They're $13. And then just a heads up as well, when you do spend the $75 minimum in my online store, you can go ahead and choose to purchase the product of the month for only $5. Woohoo! I love these. These are a lot of fun, like collecting the bundle of the month. I love collecting these. Like the products of the month have been a lot of fun. So for March, we are promoting the Notes of Spring, but there, I think, is also some of the other months behind. If you haven't gotten a month prior to, and we started this in December, however, I think December's gone, but click on the button. It will, as you shop, let's explain this, Dawn. As you shop, at the top of your cart, there's going to be something that says Product of the Month, and there's like this little slider bar. So as you get close to the $75 mark and qualify for it, and it lets you know, hey, Sue, happy Sunday crafternoon. Anyway, then you want to click on that button and it will show you what is available. So you're able to get a product of the month of any of them that have started since December if you haven't already gotten it. Does that make sense? So you can only get one per each month that is featured. Excuse me. Anyway, so this is March. So if you haven't gotten it yet, we have just a couple of days left, and then it's kind of while supplies last. So if they do have these left over, then they will go ahead and tumble into the next month. Hey, Lonnie, happy Sunday crafternoon. Anyway, so you have an opportunity, if there's still some left, to go ahead and grab one up. But I want to give you a sneak peek for April. So April's product of the month is going to be an Eyelet Blooms die. Now, as far as I know, it looks like it's large enough to fit the front of an A2 card size. So I think this is pretty cool. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at it. I am chomping at the bit to get it. So I'm waiting until April 1st to put in another order again so I can get this guy. Kind of like the bundles of the month, or as we're going to call it, the creative card collection of the month. I love to collect product of the month. Also, just to remind you guys really quick, you need to go to my online store to check out a lot of products that you'll never see in a publication. So I don't want you guys to miss out, right? So the products that are here are different from what is in here. So these things are only online. I know sometimes I'll post the link to these so you can take a look at them, because quite honestly, I'm very visual and I like to see it all compartmentalized. Is that a word? I don't know. It is now. Anyway, so you can see. Now, as you can see from this here, it's every other month. So May will be our next online exclusive batch of products that will only be available in my online store. So every other month on that. And we do have a new catalog coming out. Let me get some stuff situated here. I feel like I'm a little discombobulated today. I don't know what my deal is. Anyway, so this is our new catalog, and it will be live starting May the 5th through the end of August. So we no longer have, like I said, the big book. There are 3 mini catalogs. This, I think, is one of my very favorite minis that we have had in a while. We do have some new ink colors. Check these out. And we also have new ink pads. So they are magnetic. I have to say, you guys, I was a little skeptical. I'm just going to say it. I was a little skeptical about the changing of ink pads. Now, we're only going to have these new ink pads in the 5 new ink colors, but they are magnetic and they are so cool. They are very easy to open and they close perfectly and they stay shut with the magnet that's in there. I love them. And you can, what's really cool that I'm loving, because sometimes I'll have, 4 or 5 ink pads on the table when I'm creating with a suite. And I call it the tumble down effect. Things just go sliding. These stay in place. They're magnetic. They stick together. Like, I love it. Yeah, you can hold them up, shake them. They're sticking together. Like, pretty cool. So anyway, you'll want to get your hands on these, along with the fact that they're beautiful new colors. I think so too, Kristen. I believe it's one of the best books that we've had in quite a while. There's so many fresh new products and so many exciting things coming up with Stampin' Up! Now, with that being said, before this goes live, I'm going to talk to you about 3 of my tried and true products that are consumable products, right? So we use them constantly and then we need more. We need to buy more. But there are 3 things I want to tell you about that I love that are going up in price. First of all, the rhinestones. These are going up in price. And I can't remember how much in price. I should have checked. But I do know that they are going to increase in price. I love our rhinestones. They go with everything. And you can color with them with Stampin' Blends. So if you're in need of rhinestones, grab them before this catalog goes live, because once this goes live on May 5th, oh my goodness, the prices increase. There we go. Words are hard for me as soon as I get online here with you guys. Also, the other thing that I love that you guys know I use on almost every single card, Stampin' Dimensionals. I believe that these are going up 75 cents in price. If you're needing them, grab them now. Stock up. They don't go bad. I just bought like 10 packs of these buggers. I'm not kidding. I can't be without dimensionals. Evelyn knows that. Also, the other thing that's going up in price is linen thread. We, as you will see in the book, are not going to have as much ribbon. However, this is something that's tried and true. It goes with every single project that you do, and there's no bulk. So if you guys love to send cards in the mail, I always say, go for the linen thread. This is going to be going up $1 increase into the new catalog. Stock up on this too. Make sure to place an order in April, right, before this goes live, and make sure you order enough and get the product of the month as well. So rhinestones are up $1. Okay, and I think these are up 75 cents starting May 5th, and I believe that the linen thread is going to go up $1. Right now it's $5, it'll be $6. And I'm not complaining. Everything goes up in price. However, I know that you guys love your craft. I love my craft. If I can save a couple of dollars now so I can get more later, that's my justification. It may be a sick one, but I know you guys get me. You get me. You're my tribe. You're my people. Okay, so along with that, one more thing that I wanted to talk about before we get going. Where am I going to put this? Let's see here. Put it there. I wanted to talk to you about the virtual album retreat. So long time ago, let's go when I was a whippersnapper, when I was still in high school, I didn't know what they were. I just collections of stuff. I'm a sentimental person and I always collected stuff. And remember when you used to get, your picture taken and everybody would exchange pictures, the little itty bitty, like almost thumbnail size with all your friends. You'd swap photos and they gave us this little book that you could put them in and I would paste them into place, and any paper clippings or things like that were associated with me and school and stuff. I just collected it and I put it in a book. I didn't know it was technically scrapbooking. Sorry what Lonnie was saying. I'm surprised that the catalog is portrait style. And you know what? That, by the way, thanks Lonnie for mentioning that, because from now on, it is going to be portrait style. And honestly, I kind of like it. It doesn't take up as much room when you're looking at it. I don't know. I just think it's easier to look at. I mean, I love the boutique kind of thing with the book, but I just think it's easier to manage when it's more like, portrait style, So, anyway, with the virtual album retreat, so I started out years ago scrapbooking, and I didn't know it was scrapbooking. I just figured I was collecting junk that I loved. And as I got out of college, I was invited to a party to bring a couple of photos and do a scrapbook page. I'm like, well, what is that? So anyway, I tried it. I was hooked, and the rest was history. And I became quite the scrapbooker, and I was scrapbooking every single weekend. And I have a lot of books that are in my storage unit right now, sadly, because I don't have room for them here. But after a while, I got caught up on my photos. I know that seems impossible, but I don't have children, so it was just, I only had so much to scrapbook. But anyway, I loved it though. I absolutely loved it. And then I got introduced into card making, and I found that instead of spending 3 hours on a 2-page spread, I was able to make 4 or 5 cards in an hour. And I was like, woo, this is great. So I felt like I was getting a lot accomplished, and I became really hooked on card making. Then I got behind on scrapbooking, and I just kind of pushed all that aside. And then before we knew it, cell phones came into existence, and now all of my photos are stuck on a camera roll that's in a cloud. And I'm thinking, I really need to get those buggers off of my phone and into some books, because quite honestly, I know I've had a lot of events happen in the last even 10 years, between losing my brother, losing my father-in-law, losing my mom, a change of my lifestyle because I'm no longer an innkeeper. That was like a 24/7 business for my husband and I. We're now retired. Just a lot of things that have happened that I would love to document. With that being said, Stampin' Up, as we go forward, has added a lot more scrapbooking products into all of this mix of all these things that we love. And again, it's paper crafting. And in general, I just love to paper craft anyway. Just give me an excuse. So I took this a year ago. Almost a year ago. It was last July. It is 3 full days of instruction on making some really cool scrapbook pages, and I totally enjoyed it. I love the fact that I could learn a lot of new techniques and things, and not only incorporate into my scrapbooks, but also in my card making as well. So it's like, it's kind of cool to be able to mix and match, right? So with that being said, I just wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit about this and why I decided to take it. Because you're like, well, Dawn, you make cards all the time. But behind the scenes, I have been purchasing every scrapbooking workshop kit that Stampin' Up! Has offered since they started offering them. And I've been assembling them slowly but surely. Whenever I have the time, I will sit down just to get a change, just a change from doing the same thing all the time, right? From card making. So I switch it up, and I have been doing the scrapbook workshop kits and putting them into albums that I have out in my classroom. And I need to dig them out more often so that y'all can see them who come for class, because they're very cool. Even though a lot of them don't have pictures in them yet, but the pages are set to go. What I need to do now is get myself organized, get those pictures off my cloud, get them printed, and put them into the books like I used to do. But I love the fact that they are ready to go. So with that being said, the virtual album retreat is coming up. The last part, in fact, a month from tomorrow. And it's going to be on April the 29th, 30th, and May 1st. Like I said, it's 3 full days of instruction. Now, it is $250. And some are like, oh my gosh, that's kind of pricey. But I'm going to tell you, I have a big, well, not a big, but a good sized box. I'm going to go through with you guys really quick on what you get with this. First of all, you're going to get 3 full days of instruction from people at Stampin' Up! Who are going to guide you every step of the way to make these pages. Also, it's going to be very, how do I want to say it, neutral, so that you can use these pages for any occasion, which is kind of cool. Just to give you a quick glimpse. And then there are some additional products that you'll need. And if you decide to watch the replay to look at this list, I'm just going to keep it here for a second so that way you could pause and look at what else you'll need, which if you're already a card maker, paper crafter, you're going to have a lot of this stuff already anyway, but just an FYI on that. So you're going to make 10 2-page spreads. And then I'm going to show you all the goodies that you get with this whole retreat to make it what the cost is. Now, if you do want to reduce it in cost, I'm going to tell you right now, the great way to do it is to join Stampin' Up. And then that way you'll get the discount that I get on everything that I purchase, including these. So whether it's an online card retreat, online virtual album retreat, all those things I get a discount on. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys, first of all, in the box, you'll get a welcome. And they're going to give you a QR code at the bottom here to join the Facebook group. It's going to be in the Facebook group live, and then they're going to be recording it, so you don't need to be here for those dates. If you have a vacation planned, it's okay, because you can always watch it later. Or if you're hung up on something and you need to watch it again and again, as far as maybe a technique or something, you can watch it over and over and over. It's evergreen. It's going to be around for as long as I know, forever, because what they'll do is they'll end up loading it onto YouTube. So if you've purchased this, you'll have access to it. Just an FYI, when you do purchase this, write down the order number. So when you place an order, it gives you on the screen an order number. Jot that down because you're going to need it to prove that you've purchased this by when they ask you to join the group. You know, they'll have a couple questions. The one thing you're going to want to make sure you have is your order number. If you're still not sure what that is, let me know. I can look it up for you if you've purchased it with me. Okay, so some of the cool things, and I was like just realizing, I'm like, oh my gosh, we can't even get these yet. So some of the goodies that you're going to get when you do purchase this. And I would say if you want to do this live, purchase this kit like right now so that you'll have it by the time they're ready to go. And there's going to be some cutting that we need to do ahead of time. And in the Facebook group, you're going to have some instruction on how to do that. But there are also, I'll show you in a bit, lines on the back of the pages to follow as far as what to cut, where to cut, all those things. Okay, so what you're getting in the kit is some linen thread, like we just talked about, some flip flaps, which I love. I love to learn new techniques with those, some embellishments. You're going to get the brand new gel pins that aren't even available for customers until May 5th. You're also going to get, look at this. This is like gold, seriously, and it's like the color gold too. This is our brand new shimmer brush, and these we can't as demonstrators get yet because they're just not available for our pre-order like I was hoping, and everybody wants these. These are like the wantable, so they're kind of like a Wink of Stella, but they're in all 5 in colors. OMG. And what you'll do, I haven't even used this yet. I need to break it out and just play, but you'll squeeze in here after you shake it up, and it's a shimmery color of goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. So that's kind of neat to get your hands on that. And the only people that can get their hands on one of these ahead of time is those that purchase the virtual album retreat. Also, there are some stamp sets. So this is a full alphabet. Pretty cool, right? And then also you're going to get these 2 sets. And I think one of these, I don't, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's this one, or is it both of these that are only available, exclusive, that's the word I was looking for in my little brain, exclusive to the retreat. So that's kind of cool. So you're getting 4 stamp sets. And then these are a bunch of what we call photo placemat type things where you put where your photo's going to be in case you don't have photos ready to put into your album. Also, there is a packet of like punch outs. So I'm not going to go through everything here, you guys, but just really quick. So they're even marked on the back what project it goes with, whether it's project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, because there are 10 2-page spreads. That's 20 pages that you can put some beautiful photos of your family into. And, you know, it's always fun to leave something behind for your kids, right? For your family after you're no longer around, and document some of those important moments. But anyway, there's like, I don't know, there's at least, I would say 10 pages of punch out things. Also, there's a whole bunch of paper here. Looks like these are cutouts. Like I said, I'm not going to go through everything, but just to show you guys, again, it will show you right where you'll need to cut. So you want to do this all ahead of time before you sit down and start your projects. So it's just a lot easier. So I would say put them in 10 different piles, collect them and put them in like bags or something like that. So everything is organized, and then label the bags 1 through 10, and then you have all your pieces together. Does that make sense? And so, again, it shows you right where you want to cut all of the papers. Let's see here. Let's go through them. Looks like a lot of the new in colors, right? Which, hydrangea hue is, I think, my favorite. But, yeah. So, a lot of fun there. Like I said, you'll want to cut those out in advance. Whoops. And there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Everything is sliding off my table. It's saying, Dawn, you have too much stuff. Also, they give you 10 page protectors to go ahead and put into a book. The book is not supplied, but you can order the 12 by 12, either post-bound or D-ring book. I like the D-ring. I used to do post-bound, but I find with the D-ring, this way I can move things easily. These must be for the actual pages, you know, what I want to say, the first layer, so to speak. So, yeah, it looks like these will be used for the actual layouts. Oh, one of my favorites. I love this pattern in the Delicate Whispers. Oh, so pretty. So, anyway, good stuff. I wanted to go through it, show you guys. I know it's taken a couple more minutes. I get that. Some are impatient. They're like, come on, let's get creating. But I thought it was worth showing you guys. I just received this Thursday, and this is the first time I've really dug through it and looked at it. So there's a lot of stuff in here, along with, like I said, 3 full days of instruction, and you don't have to do it live if you don't want to. And the cool thing is that it is all recorded, so you have the flexibility in however you want to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm dropping everything here. We'll put that on the floor. All right, you guys ready to make some cards? So today I was a little perplexed on what to do because I'm getting squirrel moments with new product. I have a whole bunch of new products sitting on my floor. Yeah, on the floor. I was going to do an unboxing, and I just didn't have the energy. Thursday I was busy. Friday I don't know what the deal was, but anyway, I started digging into things and started creating. So now everything's getting all chopped up and stuff, but I'm having a lot of fun. So if you guys think you want to have me do an unboxing, let me know. Maybe I can do one Monday, tomorrow, because I think tonight I have plans after we're done with this. I'm going to go have some pizza. Pizza and beer tonight, I think, sound really good. Anyway, so today we're going to play with Greenery Lane. And I want to show you guys some samples using it. How do I want to say this? In a way that they were showing in the catalog, in the January through April catalog. So this is washi tape. It's wide washi tape. And the greens are pretty, but we're going to use it with something else. You'll see in a minute. But anyway, just to show you guys some beautiful cards that I received as swaps that have used those traditional colors that are featured in the washi tape, which I think are so pretty. I love these. Love that this was embossed on the inside of the arch. And then there's this one here. Isn't that gorgeous? And then this one here. But like I said, I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and use something a little non-expected. And so we're going to use Lovely and Beautiful. This is a gorgeous pack of designer series paper with hints of gold. So it's a specialty designer series paper. And let's see here. I actually have 2 fun folds today. Shocker. Let's see if we can get it right though, because sometimes, I don't know, little things confuse me, but I had so much fun putting this one together. Isn't this cool? So I'm going to take my little cheat sheet here, and it can stand up like that. Isn't that cool? And it will squash down, and you can fit it into an A2 size envelope, or normal size envelopes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make this one first. I figure I get the fun fold out of the way first. And then I have some easy, well, not that this is by any means difficult, but some, you know, just easier cards. Okie dokie. So I'm going to give you guys some measurements here. I'm going to put these off to the side because I kind of have things marked in my brain on how I'm going to put them all together. Oh, I need glue. That would help, wouldn't it? And some, yeah, why didn't I get this stuff out? I don't know. Okay. Sorry, just talking to myself. Okay, so first of all, the card base for the both 2 pieces is the base that you'll need. I'm using basic white thick cardstock. And this is a piece cut at 9.5 by 4 1/4. And I scored at, I should let you guys look at that if you can read my writing. And I scored at 5.5, 6.5, 8, and 9. Okay, so again, this is 9.5 by 4 1/4, scoring at 5.5, 6.5, 8, and 9, which I've already done because this is going to be this piece. Well, you get the drift. We'll do that in a minute. And then there's another piece of basic white that's smaller, and this is cut at 5 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to hold it this way because that's going to make more sense. Anyway, 5 by 3 1/4, and I scored at 3.5 and 4.5. Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be like this little hook piece that's going to go as a layer on the top right there. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead, first of all, and take this piece. I'm going to show this one more time here. So hopefully you can, and then is there anything, oh, 2 1/4 circle punch, decorate, sentiment, all that good stuff. Okay, you like my little scribble marks? So this is a piece of designer paper from the Lovely and Beautiful Designer Series paper pack. This is the back of it, which is also very pretty, but I wanted to use the multi-color. I'm going to grab, oh, she's gone. Helps if you take the cover off. Goodness sakes. And again, this is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to put it on the inside. And then before we go ahead and paste this down, I've grabbed, see here, the 3 pieces of designer paper that you'll need for these panels. So we have one piece that is 3/4 by 4. I'm sorry, erase that. Back up. Back it up, Dawn. Okay, we have 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 4 and one piece that is 1 1/4 by 4. So again, 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 4, one piece that's 1 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate these panels first. It'll be a lot easier than trying to put it on after you've glued this little bugger all together. So we're going to go ahead and put the adhesive on like so on these 3 panels. Isn't this paper pretty? Like I just love it. It's very elegant, perfect for spring, summer weddings, all that good stuff. All right, and then what I want to do, I think I'm going to use tear and tape. I always have extra tear and tape from our kits collection. I don't know about you guys, but I just have a lot of it. Let's see, where's the end of this? There we go. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put tear and tape right here on this last panel. Burnish it a little bit and peel that off. I'm going to bend this in and fold it, and that gives you perfect placement. Isn't that cool? So there you go. There's the first part of the card. And then this shorter piece here, we're also going to decorate. And this is a piece of 3 1/4 by 3 designer series paper. And also, let's see here. Did I not cut these correctly? Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Actually, I forgot to cut, I think, that piece. Oh, no. That's okay. We're just going to roll with this, but you'll get the idea. So 3 1/4 by 3. I'm going to glue this onto the front panel here. Just like so. And yeah, it's like, what was I thinking? So this piece, let me see if I can just cut this down. I have everything piled, of course, on top of my paper trimmer. Move this over here. Okay, so I need it cut to, yeah, this is being prepared, isn't it? 3 inches. So 3/4 by 3. Let's see here. Just chop that bugger down. Oops. Perfect. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. So this is 3/4 by 3 for this panel here. And again, I'm going to want to put tear and tape on the end here. And where'd I just put it? Oh my gosh, you guys can totally relate with me, right? Like, what the heck just happened? I just had it. Ay, ay, ay. There it is. It ran away. That happens to me constantly. You know, I think half of the project time that I am sitting or standing doing a project is just looking for the products. Can you guys agree to that? Do you find that's the same thing? Like, it's so goofy. Okay, so we have, which I probably shouldn't have peeled that yet, but that's okay. It's okay. Now what I'm going to do is put some adhesive on the back side right here, just along here. Okay, so we have the tear and tape here, and on the back side, I put a little bit of seal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center this, eyeball it, and then I'm going to fold this in. You guys can see that. So the panel with the, the panel with the glue or the tear and tape, and the panel with the designer paper. And I'm going to push this down, center this front panel piece, and then as I have these two folded in, and then it gives you a perfect placement for that front panel. Isn't that cool? So that's your fun fold. Woo! I got through it. Also, we have these beautiful doilies that I believe were introduced in the online exclusives in January, possibly. I love them. I think they are so pretty. Here's the back side. This one has just a little bit of color. I'm going to go ahead and take my multi-purpose liquid glue and just hopefully, I've been using a lot of glue last couple days, making a ton of swap cards because I love to swap, and it's all about new products so that when we have our catalog kickoff, May the 7th, I expect to have like over 100 to 150 samples with all new product. I'm so excited. It's a lot of work to get all those swaps done, but it's so worth it when I can show you guys all the neat things you can do. Okay, so I've used a piece of, this is, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Sorry. Petunia Pop? I think it's Petunia Pop. And I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape because I really wanted the sentiment to pop a bit instead of using tone on tone. We're going to use the Love and Hugs from the Greenery Lane bundle. I just thought it looked really pretty together. I think that they make good twinsies. Isn't that pretty together? I love it. And I forgot to bring out my stamp cleaner. That's not good. So we better put this over here where I can't put my elbow into it. This, by the way, is a 2 1/4 inch circle, and I just punched it out, and we're just gonna put it right there. And I think we'll pop it up with some dimensionals. Let's see here. Actually, where are my scissors? I got the crust left. You're like, the crust? I'm like, yep, I call this the crust. The crust of the dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use that up. Why not? And we'll do another piece here. Looks good. And we're going to put this on like so. And then I also, ahead of time, I went ahead and I'm going to show you guys the stamp set again. I cheated a little because I knew I was going to talk a bit today, so I wanted to cut a few corners. So I went ahead and on basic white, I stamped this image and this image. It's like 2-step stamping, and this is the way they come out. Isn't that pretty? So I believe I use Gorgeous Grape, and this is Garden Green. Isn't that pretty? And then I cut them out with the die that matches in the bundle. And I wasn't sure, like, if I wanted to add a couple on here today. I don't know. What do you guys think? They already did a double bow with linen thread. I think I might. I might just do that. I feel saucy today. Let's go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and add this with multi-purpose liquid glue if it behaves. Let's see here. Come on. Gosh darn you. There we go. Oh, sure. Now it comes out like a big blob. Of course. All right. We're going to stick that like so. And then layer this one on top. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to use a glue dot. Oh my goodness sakes. It's gonna be one of these days. I can see that already. All right, I'm gonna stick that down, I think right about there. And then I also have these little guys. I haven't used them a whole lot. These are called the Sparkle Dot Essentials, found obviously in the online store, but also are featured in the mini catalog for January through April. And I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. And let's go ahead and let's use these. They're so pretty. I'll give you a close-up of those. Look at how they sparkle. They kind of match my nail polish. And I didn't even plan that, you guys. Woohoo! Okay, there we go. And I like to do the rule of 3s. How about you guys? And there we go. There is card number 1. Isn't that cool? I love this fold. Oh, I'm glad that you like it, Evelyn. Thank you. It is just, I don't know, very cool. Something different, right? So I've done a fun fold, but wait, I got another one for you. It's coming up if it's not the next. Okay, this one is not the fun fold, but it's a pretty card. So in the designer series paper, they have these big flowers. And as much as you guys know, I don't like it because I'm not good at it. I don't do fussy cutting often because I am really horrible at it. I know the secret sauce is to make sure you move your paper, not your scissors. But for some reason, I still get on the struggle bus with it, and I am not the best at it. But I thought, this would be really pretty. So also cut out other things in the designer paper, like these beautiful leaves with the gold, the hint of gold. So pretty. And I wanted to try to use all 4 sentiments that are in the stamp set. So let's see if we can do it today. But first of all, let me give you some measurements here. So this is, excuse me, this is clearing my throat. Oh my gosh. Cheat sheet. Where did my cheat sheet go? Petal pink. Sorry. Petal pink cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then we have our liner inside the card. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to glue this inside here like so. Get this right out of our way. And then I also cut another piece of petal pink at 4 by 5 1/4. And instead of popping it up with dimensionals, I know, shocker, I'm going to go ahead and just use multi-purpose liquid glue. And I call it the Bounty. It looks like a Bounty paper towel. It is not. What is this called? If you guys know, let me know. I know it's going to be in the recipe card, but it's a newer folder, embossing folder. Shame on me. I should know the name of this. But anyway, it does remind me of a Bounty paper towel, and I love the texture because it's not too much, but just enough. And this is, again, 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to attach it to the front of the card. Then I have a piece of basic white. This is cut at 4 by 3. And we're going to layer this across here. But before we do, I want to go ahead and do my stamping, because otherwise it might be kind of difficult and the stamping might not come out so great with that bumpy underneath. So I grab my, I don't want garden green. We want Old Olive. I knew that looked kind of funny when I grabbed it. I'm like, Anyway, let's grab my Here For You stamp. Okay, ink that up. We're going to put it on the lower right corner. Oh, want to make sure I got enough ink on there. There we go. Woo, that came out really good. I'm so happy. I always panic. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that going to come out okay? Because I did not cut extra. Normally I always do, but I didn't today. And we're going to layer that right on the top here. This way too, I kind of know where I want to put my flower. It's gonna go over the sentiment slightly, but that's okay. Or I can do what I did here and leave it hanging over. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we cut it or should we leave it big? Just really big. I mean, that might be kind of fun. Something different. Let's do that. So for this piece, I am gonna put this on with dimensionals. Use up the rest of my crust here. Woohoo! Because you know what that means, you guys? Oh, look at that. A brand new page of dimensionals. Okay. And how many of you just grabbed from the middle? Shame on you. You should always start on the edge. I'm kidding. There is no wrong or right way with dimensionals, right? I'm just weird. I know where I like to start. But then you have somebody like my nephew who will take a fork and dive right into the middle of a brand new pie. He's so obnoxious, but I love him. Okay, there we go. And then, let's see here. We'll go ahead. We'll do it that way. I kind of like that. We're going to leave them whole. We're not going to trim them like we did on this one. So a little bit of seal. Make sure he sticks in place. And there we go. So pretty. And I even stamped these because I wasn't sure if I wanted to add them or not, but I think that would be too much. So we're going to stick that aside and just use the foliage that I cut out from the Designer Series paper. And we'll put that one there. Really comes to life when you add that foliage, doesn't it? It's beautiful. Thank you, Kristen. You're awesome. Beautiful Pattern is the name of the 3D embossing folder that I call Bounty. So that's Beautiful Pattern right there. The Bounty. Oh, gosh. Isn't that funny? The way I'm always doing that. I give silly pet names to all my products, and then people don't know what the heck I'm even talking about. I look for Bounty on the website. I can't find it. It's like, no, I'm just being silly. Okay. Also grab these. These are the pearlized faceted, whoops. It helps if you guys could see those, huh? The pearlized faceted circles. And these are also, of course, online, but also in the January through April mini catalog. And I got another packet out because I know I'm just about all out of these because I love these so much. They're so pretty. And of course, they perfectly coordinate, just like Stampin' Up! Does True Form, right? They perfectly coordinate with the whole suite of product that's in the front of the catalog. And there is card number 2. What do you guys think of that one? Isn't that pretty? I love Petal Pink. Kind of a peachy, pinky color. And the gold in this, oh man, it does not disappoint, does it? It's gorgeous. Okay, let's go ahead and grab card 3. See, these are like easy peasy now that we're going, right? So let me grab all my pieces here for card 3. And this too has that hint of gold in that Designer Series paper, which is so pretty. And where did my, oh no, I have no cheat sheet. Ah, say it isn't so. Okay, so we're going to wing it. So this color here is, I'm always getting these a little mixed up because there's a couple of them that look a lot alike. Fresh Freesia. Why can I never remember that? I'm so sorry, Fresh Freesia. Anyway, it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And we have a piece, whoops, of basic white for our liner. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Go ahead and put that into place. I also cut a little skinny mini piece. This is 4 by 1/2. And we're going to put this on the inside of the card just to give it a little extra sass. I'm going to put it on the bottom here. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's not long enough. Okay, we're going to take it off. Okay, we won't do that after all. It was too short. That's okay. And then this piece of designer paper, here's the back. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Whoops. And we're going to go ahead and just center it-ish on the card. Actually, I think it's cut at, maybe it's a little shorter. It looks like it might be. Let's see. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5. Sorry, I lied. 3 3/4 by 5. And then this was cut from the double suite from those dies I love. And we're going to add Here For You, which, oh, I already used that one though. Let's go ahead and do Thank You on this one. Even though it's kind of big, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to zhuzh it up because I cut extra pieces of dies. And I really wanted to try to use all the sentiments in the set. So even though this is kind of big, we're going to use it. Okay, there we go. I love the font. Isn't the font pretty? I'm a sucker for a good font. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals to this so we can pop it up a bit. And then we'll decorate it up so thank you doesn't look so lost. Alrighty, we're going to put that right about there. Now what I did do, I cut this die. Also cut that from the stamp and the die. I don't know, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. And then I also have, of course, this, which this is like my favorite stamp as far as the images, which I like. Maybe those two together. I kind of dig that. And then I also cut, this is another die that's in that set. And I have Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Old Olive. I don't know. They're all kind of pretty. Maybe we'll use, let me see here. There's one that I popped all the little bits out. The Hanging Chads. You guys remember those? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. I think what I'm going to do with this one is maybe we'll put that so it overlaps. That'll be kind of pretty. Let's do that. We're winging it here. Going rogue. Watch out. Okay. And I think we'll go ahead and put that right about there. Yeah, that looks cool. Oh, maybe if it sticks. I don't want to get sticky fingers here because then everything will stick, right? And then, oh, I think that's kind of pretty. Let's do that. So I'm going to add a dimensional, whoops, on the back of each of these, just because it's kind of easy too. Dimensionals are easy. Whoops. Okay. I thought I peeled that off, and I didn't. Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? And then either we can put it, the bow there, or maybe we could put it, I don't know. I guess we'll put it there. So grab my mini glue dots. Where did they go? They disappear. All right, and stick that down like so. And we'll save these for a different card. And then also grab these back and maybe I'll use the green. I know I used the pinky purpley ones here, but haven't used any of these green, and they're so pretty. Come on, here we go. And we'll put that there. As you can see, fake nails, so it's hard to pick stuff up. Goodness. I should actually use the other side, which is like a little scraper spatula. Oh, Lordy. I'm going to do this off camera as I struggle. Get on there. There we go. Okay. Because heaven forbid you guys see me struggle getting that little bugger on the end of my Take Your Pick tool. So there is card number 3. Woohoo! We're cruising right along. Which one do you guys like better? This one or this one? 1 or 2? Go ahead. Converse with me. I want to make sure you guys are still here. I know that there's people here, but you guys are so quiet. Or Facebook is not showing me your comments, which is probably about right. Facebook and I have a love-hate relationship. I'm just saying. Okay, last card, you guys. This is going fast. So it's a Z-fold card. Okay. And grab all my pieces, and hopefully I have all the measurements here in my notes for you. Get all my bits and pieces. Oops. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. So the basic card, this is thick basic white. Evelyn says number 2. She likes number 2. I do too. I think it turned out better than my original card. So the Z fold, I cut the paper at 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4 to get this cute little Z. And now we're going to decorate it up. That's my fun fold. Isn't that exciting? Hey, it works. It's designated a fun fold, so I'll take the credit for that. So I'm going to layer these 2 pieces together. And we have petal pink, which is 5 1/4 by 4. This is going to go on the inside of the card. And then we have the designer paper, which is cut at 5 by 3 1/4. So we're going to layer these, first of all. Okay, this is funny. I just realized I used thank you on this card. And here I was going to use the oblong one. What does this say? Wishing you well. That is, I don't know if that's going to fit on there. It might. We'll see. We'll wing it. Okay. Put this on here. Center it-ish. Looks good. And we're going to put it inside the card. So a little more multi-purpose liquid glue. And put it inside the card like so. Perfection. And then I have another piece of designer paper, and this is cut at 2 1/2 by 4. You know what I noticed that I do? And I never really thought about this before, because normally I always have all my glues, right? Whether it's multi-purpose liquid glue, my seal, my dimensionals, then we have glue dots, tear and tape, like all those things. It's kind of like the guy that has 20 screwdrivers. Out of the blue, I just happened to think to myself, it's kind of funny that I kind of go between multi-purpose liquid glue and seal. I don't know. Do you guys do that? That's just weird. I just happened to notice. Sorry. It's a squirrel moment. Okay, this is cut from the, oh my gosh. I know these. I know it. I didn't write it down. Textured notes, I believe, the dies. They have these cute little stitchy things on the edge, which I really dig. And then this is going to be put on the front here. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and do some stamping and decorating and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And we're going to try to fit wishing you well on here. Yeah, it'll fit. We're going to make it fit. Gosh darn it. We're stampers. We can do this. Okay, I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to put it over towards the right-ish. Whoops, make sure. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then I guess we'll build our card from there. So it might look a little different than our sample, but that's okay. It is all good. So I, again, suffered and cut out some more flowers. No, I didn't suffer. I'm just teasing you guys. You just know me. I just am not good at fussy cutting, but actually this didn't turn out too bad. It actually looks okay. Good job, Dawn. So anyway, I don't know though. It's going to be too big, isn't it? I'm going to have to cut off the top like I did on this one. Okay, we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it. Let's see. Oh boy. I hate to cut the beautiful flower. Let me see. Which side do I want? If I put this right about center-ish, and I don't know. I probably should have done this ahead of time, huh? But you know what? I tell you what. We're going to do something different. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to stick it down. You're like, oh my God, it's like a train wreck ready to happen. Look at her stamping. And we're just going to stick it on there. And we're going to cut it down from there, I think. And then I have these two little guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to use them or not. Ooh, that'd be kind of pretty. Let's do that. Yes, let's. Okay. And we're going to stick that one there. And then we're going to stick this one. Kind of layer it on top. Ooh, there we go. That's kind of pretty. I like it. And we even have a leaf. We'll add that too. Why not? Notice that I put the glue around the middle of that flower so we had room to tuck things underneath without it being completely glued down. However, I almost glued that to my card, which would not have been a good thing. Oh my goodness. Now, I am going to put glue just on the left-hand side because we are layering it to our card, which is going to go just like so. Actually, I don't have to trim it down a whole lot. That's a good thing. So in order for it to fit inside the envelope, I am going to trim it. And I think other than that, we're good. And there is your card. And I actually had extra pieces in case I made a mistake, because I know me so well. And again, I did a double bow with linen thread and going to grab a mini glue dot, just like so, and attach. And we'll have all 4 cards done. Oh, that's pretty. In fact, I think I like this one better than this one. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? Kind of like an eye test. 1 or 2? Yeah. So that was all 4 cards. We're doing pretty good. I'm impressed. We only ran over an hour by a little bit. I'm going to bring in the other cards here so you guys can go ahead and see them again. And, excuse me. Once again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on Sundays. Like, this is the highlight of my week, other than hanging out with my team on Tuesday nights, which is also a lot of fun. You like the, oh, I forgot the bling. Oh, darn. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. Thank you, Evelyn. You keep me on my toes. I think we'll do green again. That'll be kind of fun. So, anywho, just want to remind you guys, of course, every Sunday, here I am at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. If you want to watch the replay, I'll be loading it onto YouTube. So it'll be there in about a half hour. Whoops. And also, look at my blog. Check it out if you want some more pics on the projects that we've done today. And what else? Oh, and shopping from there as well. You can do it all right there, like a one-stop shop. But anyway, I will see you next Sunday, which will be, well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure what's happening next Sunday. It's Easter. And I know a lot of you have plans for Easter. I don't. Not yet anyway. But in case I do, we might need to either move this or just take a rest. I'm not sure. I will let you guys know. You'll see me posting if we have live, because I always do a post like a couple hours before we go live anyway. But yeah, thinking, geez, it's Easter. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I appreciate you guys being here every week. Although, you know, I really want to start showing you guys some new products. And because of the fact that I didn't do an unboxing, shame on me, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I will keep you posted on all the good stuff. Thanks again, you guys. Have a really good week. And make sure to make something pretty and get a little inky. We'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.